Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're ripping the curtain right off the massive, multi-billion-dollar fitness supplement industry. Look, if you've ever stood there staring at a giant wall of colorful plastic tubs, the ones promising you absolutely extreme muscle growth or rapid fat loss, well, you really need to hear this. Because the incredibly bold claim we're dissecting today, straight from our source material, is this. Most of the fitness supplement industry is a complete and total waste of your hard-earned money. In fact, our source data reveals that a staggering 90% of supplements currently sitting on the market are completely useless. 90%! It's almost entirely marketing hype, cleverly disguised as hard science. But, it actually gets much darker than just wasting your cash on useless powder. Later in this explainer, we're going to see how one incredibly popular supplement was banned. Why? Because it was causing actual deaths. Okay, let's dive into this and look at a perfect example of this marketing deception. Take a plant called tribulus. It's widely sold on shelves, literally everywhere, as a natural testosterone booster. But the reality? It does absolutely nothing for your testosterone. Zero. As the source bluntly puts it, when you buy this stuff, you're basically paying for expensive grass. Section 1. Absolute wastes of money. Let's get to the trash pile. So let's aggressively debunk the biggest offenders in the supplement aisle, the ones you should literally toss in the garbage right now. First up on the chopping block, fat burners. The marketing promises it melts fat, right? But the biological reality tells a wildly different story. Most fat burners are really just a massive dose of caffeine mixed with some random plant extracts, like raspberry ketones or green tea extract that do almost nothing. They overstimulate your nervous system, making you feel super jittery, sweaty, and anxious. And that basically tricks your brain into thinking, oh, it's working. But let's be crystal clear here. Absolutely no pill changes the basic biological equation of a calorie deficit. Right, next we need to uncover the truth about multivitamins. We've all been taught to view them as this great nutritional safety net. But biologically speaking, it's a completely flawed spray and pray approach. Our source points out that your body simply cannot absorb 47 different vitamins crammed into a single pill at the exact same time. It just doesn't work like that. Many of these vitamins actually compete with each other for absorption. The smarter approach: take that money, get a targeted blood test, find out exactly what you are actually lacking, and then just supplement that specific nutrient. Next up, mass gainers. Companies will gladly charge you $80 for a tub that is essentially cheap protein powder mixed with maltodextrin. In maltodextrin, it's basically just sugar. And this brilliantly illustrates how easily you can bypass that whole scam. If you genuinely struggle to get enough calories in your day, just blend real, affordable food. Throw some oats, peanut butter, a banana, and whole milk into a blender. It's vastly cleaner, way cheaper, and it doesn't pump your body full of artificial fillers and massive sugar spikes. Rounding out the absolute waste pile are BCAAs and glutamine. The supplement industry absolutely loves these because, well, they sound highly scientific, right? They market them as essential muscle savers. But here is the biological reality. If you're eating a proper diet with enough protein from meat, eggs, dairy, or honestly even standard protein powder, you're already getting all the BCAAs you could ever need. Plus, your body naturally produces its own glutamine, so unless you're an Olympic athlete recovering from intense surgery, you are quite literally paying top dollar for things you already have in abundance. Section 2. Handle with extreme caution. Let's look at the hidden risks. Now, these are the supplements that actually do have an effect, but they fall into a pretty dangerous gray area. The biggest culprit here? Your pre-workout. Is it dangerous? Well, it certainly can be. Look, pre-workout definitely turns average gym sessions into high-intensity workouts, but it isn't magic. It's mostly just a heavy cocktail of stimulants. The really dark side here is tolerance and dependency. One scoop soon becomes 2. Then 3, and suddenly your heart is racing out of your chest just to feel normal. And hey, remember that banned supplement I mentioned at the start? It was a massively popular pre-workout called Jacked, which contained a highly dangerous stimulant called DMAA. It was quite literally sending people to the hospital. So, if you are absolutely going to use a pre-workout, you need to obsessively read the label. To ensure your own safety, the only 3 ingredients you actually need to look for are caffeine for energy, beta-alanine for that weird tingly feeling, and citrulline for blood flow and pumps. That's the whole shebang. If you turn the tub around and see a massive paragraph of unpronounceable chemicals, or it comes in some highly questionable Godzilla flavor, that is a massive red flag. Keep it simple and only use it strategically on your absolutely heaviest training days. Section 3, the underrated health essentials, stuff actually backed by science. Okay, let's shift our tone away from the hazards and look at the keep pile. These are the highly recommended daily foundations that are genuinely backed by real biological science. First up, omega-3s and protein powder. Think of these as your convenient foundations for your joints, your brain, and your muscles. Omega-3 is totally crucial because these are essential fatty acids your body cannot make on its own. And the reality is, most of us simply do not eat enough fatty fish to hit optimal levels. You want to aim for 1 to 3 grams a day via capsule. And protein powder? Listen, it's not some magical muscle builder, it is just ground-up dried milk protein. It's incredibly convenient if you're busy, though you do have to navigate those flavors carefully. As our source hilariously notes, some of them taste like chalk mixed with regret. Next up is what the source considers the ultimate underrated duo: vitamin D3, often called the sunshine vitamin, and magnesium, the recovery mineral. Unless you are outside getting direct sunlight on your bare skin every single day, you're likely deficient in D3, and that severely impacts your immune system and your mood. And if you're stressed out, cramping, or sleeping poorly, yeah, you're probably deficient in magnesium. But here is the fascinating biological secret. They rely entirely on each other. Your body literally cannot properly use vitamin D if your magnesium levels are low. It's a package deal. So the crucial point is how you actually take them to maximize absorption. You want between 1,000 and 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 in the morning with a meal that has some fat in it, because D3 is fat soluble. Then you want 400 milligrams of magnesium in the evening to really help you sleep and recover. But consider this a huge warning. You must buy magnesium glycinate or citrate. Stay far, far away from cheap magnesium oxide. It is horribly absorbed and basically just flushes straight through your system, doing absolutely nothing. Section 4, the muscle-building Kim. All right, we've reached the absolute pinnacle of the explainer. It is time to introduce the undisputed champion of the supplement world, the one single product almost universally backed by hundreds of rigorous research studies. That king is creatine. Unlike those sketchy fat burners we looked at earlier, creatine's effectiveness comes down to simple, undeniable biology involving something called ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. Think of this as the primary energy carrier in your cells. During heavy, intense lifts, your muscles burn through ATP incredibly fast. Creatine simply helps your body regenerate that ATP faster, directly leading to more reps, more strength, and just much better overall performance. And the protocol here is incredibly simple. Take 5 grams of cheap creatine monohydrate every single day. That's it. It is completely safe, and we can thoroughly debunk the wild myths right now. No, it does not destroy healthy kidneys, and no, it is not going to make you go bald like the anime character Saitama. If that happens, man, you just have to blame your genetics. Fun fact, creatine is actually found naturally in meat, but you would have to eat literal pounds of steak every single day to match the exact same amount in one tiny, inexpensive 5-gram scoop. Section 5, the ultimate supplement tier list. Let's break down the rankings. Bringing everything we've learned together, here is your ultimate cheat sheet for your wallet. Let's move to and see how this builds out. In the S tier, our absolute undisputed king is creatine. Cheap, proven, highly effective. In the A tier, we have our highly recommended daily essentials: omega-3, protein powder, vitamin D3, and magnesium. Stepping down into the B tier is pre-workout. It definitely works, but please use it with extreme caution. Then we hit the toss pile. D tier belongs to BCAAs and multivitamins, which are mostly unabsorbed or just entirely redundant. And straight into the F tier garbage bin go fat burners, mass gainers, and test boosters. Pure marketing hype that does literally nothing but burn your cash. Ultimately, the most profound takeaway from our source material today is this: no pill changes the equation. If you want to build size, if you want to gain strength, or if you want to lose fat, a fancy powder is just not going to do the hard work for you. We have to stop looking for expensive shortcuts in neon tubs, because at the end of the day, real whole food is the ultimate foundation that no supplement on earth can ever replace. So before you go out and buy another plastic tub, ask yourself, what's really on your plate?